Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are just a bit before market close on Wednesday, October 20th. We're going to take a look at SoFi. I think it'll be a relatively quick check-in today because not a ton has changed. Obviously, SoFi getting a nice pump today, which is helpful after yesterday being down over 3%. It looks like we're going to claw that back and more today, but we'll have to see how it finishes, of course. But on the daily, this is a mess to look at, and I'm sorry, but there's just a lot of things in play. But this looks otherwise like same as yesterday to me. It's trying really hard to stretch up over this yellow long-term downtrend resistance that, again, tracks back to the weekly, right? And I've been saying establishing a candle clearly over that level could set off like a really, really solid run. This has already been a really solid run, but to me, that's the next level. That's the next move that it needs to make in order to unlock sort of the next trading arena, which, could be not focused so much on pushing toward 20, which is where we were back here, but more focused on how do we get to 25, right? I think that is the clear catalyst chart-wise to SoFi making a run for 25 and seeing, if it's able to muster that much of a move. But yeah, right now it's like I said, just continuing to stretch up and trying to establish up over that long-term resistance level. So really, really good action. And today, if we want to look at where we are today, sort of a textbook day in sort of the days where the price motion and the action has made a ton of sense. It's been very clear throughout the day. We've a lot of times seen things like this, right? So we started down. It bounced at 1987, and we had 1993 as our support level, so 6 cents there, pretty good, and then was able to reclaim the VWAP. This could have been a bit of a tricky point here, like quite a bit of uncertainty, but the nice thing that you see here was it flipped the VWAP from resistance to support, and then directly made a run and started fighting with that 2058, which is our support resistance level that we've charted on the daily. That's why, like I keep saying, I know that this is a mess and I'm sorry, but these levels have been so critical that I want to make sure that I keep them there. And then retest of that level, and now coming up and making a pretty close run, 13 cents, close to that 21.32. So just the price action working through really, really nice motion. And obviously this is a beautiful stair step up. And just looks really, really nice on the chart. So we'll see where the day ends, but this is all looking like fantastic price action to me and sort of just coinciding really strongly with the chart. I was checking out also, the degree to which folks find it helpful. The Ichimoku clouds on the daily were doing a pretty good job too of carrying the resistance and support through. You see here establishing over the cloud and continuing, and also some of these buy signals, right? That goldish conversion line crossing above the yellow baseline is a buy signal with thin resistance here. The price was clearly able to make a push through there, and then it got support in the cloud and dip down toward the cloud. So some of these levels that on the intraday look like they're kind of far away, or it kind of looks like we end up in no man's land a little bit. You're like, where's this going? Sometimes the clouds can show you a bit of where that support is lying, and also looking at the conversion and base lines can provide some shorter term buy sell signals on the intraday. But just look up Ichimoku cloud indicator. There's plenty of YouTube videos and articles and stuff about it that'll explain it. So I don't need to recreate those fine people's work. But interesting level here at the moment while we're here, right? It's very, very strong level here. You see all of this resistance that was flipped to support, and now it's fighting with that again. So pretty key area here for it to push off of if we don't want to see it fall into close. But we'll of course see what happens. And then I guess checking in on the data side of things, this is still looking good for folks that are maybe FOMOing into or chasing SoFi bits. That's not to say that I don't think that we could have a lot of run room left. I think that we could. That's why we're looking at the daily and looking at establishing over this yellow resistance line. That, like I said, that to me is the unlock to try this 24.98 that has plagued us thus far. But this looking like pretty solid return potential for the consensus price targets on the analyst ratings could continue to draw some folks in, either on the retail side or institutionally, and could help, of course, bolster the price that way. On the short data side of things, sitting at 26 utilization, still basically no cost to borrow. Days to cover, very, very, well, not very, very small, but on the shorter end of things. So it doesn't look like they're inducing a ton of pressure. From what I'm seeing here, sitting at 7.66% today, inched up a smidge. But to me, nothing like dramatic taking place on the short side of things at the moment that would sort of introduce the optics of a bunch of selling pressure coming in to try to knock SoFi back down. So obviously we'll continue to keep an eye on it, but this is what it's looking like at the moment. So wrestling with that level again. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll just kind of chop in that area. Who knows? What's our cloud saying? Okay, so it fell through the cloud, and we have this was the sell signal here. This golden conversion line crossing below the yellow baseline. That was the sell signal. So now we'll look to see if it can establish on this zone that has been pretty strong today, and who knows if it's able to try to stretch back up and chase that cloud a little bit. We'll see. But I don't know, if you're looking for another indicator for your tool belt that could help you, like I said, in some spots where you're just kind of stuck between zones that would otherwise provide you some sort of charting guidance, maybe look at Ichimoku Cloud and see if it makes sense to you. All right, folks, I think that's our hump day video there. Pretty clean and easy today. I hope that you enjoyed another day of nice gains. I know we looked at this yesterday, but what's it saying now? Price change for the last month, 34%. So hopefully that's been enjoyable for folks. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.